Hello friends and viewers of Anahita TV. It's been a long time since I made a video, and this is something that I have been dealing with for the past few months. So I thought what a great way to start remaking these videos to help each other figure life out during these really interesting times. So today's topics is how to create the best version of you. I know that we are all ascending, and that could mean a lot of things. It may not mean a lot to some of you. I'll explain. We're definitely all changing, and you can see it if you look at your life, your past, and your friends' lives. Everybody's changed quite a bit in the past 4 or 5 years, and how that is happening is that wherever the timeline is, the creatures of habits that we used to be is not working anymore for us, and naturally for the rest of the universe. So we're all changing, so we all have to make sacrifices and make new changes that we're not used to, or new habits. And so today I'm going to give you 5 different ways you can create these new habits and become the better version or best version of you. The reason I'm talking about that is because a lot of times we have been stuck in our patterns, old patterns. And the reason that happens is because memory actually stays in the body. This is why we have chronic pain. A lot of people have chronic pain. Myself especially, I have a lot of chronic pain ever since I was a young person. So for me, I know I have to exercise daily. And one of the things I do, get up 5 in the morning and go exercise. And I didn't do that during the pandemic. Unfortunately, I didn't have the oomph or the excitement about life to go out and exercise, which is unlike me. I've always been excited about life, and it was just like, I'm a very social person, so it really affected me in a negative way to be away from my loved ones, to have to stay home all the time. So I started gaining a lot of weight because it was more of a having to stay home a lot, or not being able to see my family who's all over the world. And I traveled quite a bit. I wasn't able to travel as much. So all of that created some old patterns, and it's been so hard getting out of. Oh my God. So I did start 2 months ago, and I have been going 3 times a week. So I wanted to talk about that. And so we'll start with number 1, something to get you out of your habits, your old habits. Number 1, body work. There's a lot of people kind of like, it's like massage, but it's a little more. They trigger certain areas of the body, and which releases some old patterns. And actually that helps. If you have the right goals, and you see that you're not getting there, and you've got mantras, you've got meditation, you've got all these things going on, except you're not receiving what you put in, or the desires that you have, you see that they're not getting into fruition. Or if you are getting there, you're losing your health, you're losing touch with family, and you're just focused on your goals, and then you kind of fall off other areas of your life. And that shouldn't be. There's ways to do that. So body work, I recommend. You can look it up online where you live, and this is just basically physical touch. You can also do it yourself. And then, so that's number 2. Number 2 is tapping. There is, there are videos that are made on tapping. You start here, and you go, I think, to your temple, and then upper lip, chin, and then on your collarbone, and then under the hand like that. And then you tap, and while you're tapping, you start with something simple. And it could be the end result is that I'm an amazing mother, or I am, if you're like, let's say 160 pounds, you say I'm 140 pounds, or you embed that into your body. And you start with, I'm healthy, I make great decisions, and then while you tap, you say these mantras until whatever feels good to the body, until you increase it and get to where you say, your desired goal. You just, or you start with power, I'm a powerful being, and then powerful being, and then you start from the top, down, and then keep going. Well, there are videos if you're interested in learning more about tapping. You look it up. I don't have one, but other people do. Maybe I'll put one in the comments below. Number 3 is creating a system. Systems is what makes people successful. The successful people that are really successful, it's because they have a system. And what I mean by system is that they have a goal and results, but instead of just focusing on the goal and results, they focus on their system. They're like, okay, again, I'm going to use the weight loss example. If I am 150 pounds or 60 pounds and I want to be 140 pounds, I create a system for that. And the system would be, I get rid of number 1, get rid of all the junk food in my house. Number 2, find out what I'm allergic to. And, doctors do that. They find out what you're allergic to. I recently found out that I was allergic to gluten. And I love bread. And then that's holding me back. That's a big thing. I have to get rid of anything that's gluten. And I spoke to a doctor. He said even gluten-free bread is not all that great for you because of all the chemicals that are in there. And then he said basically, because we are reacting to gluten, it's a little more than that. It means we are reacting to all sorts of chemicals that are in foods. So your system would be that I will make sure time the day that I drink 8 glasses of water to get rid of all the chemicals that are holding you back, that are inside your body. That's part of the system. The system is a little bit more analytical. It could be easy of a 5-step or 6 steps, like drinking the water, going to the gym, like schedule it in, making sure you schedule it and you stick to your schedule. And then when you go out to dinner, you look at the time, make sure you don't eat after 7 p.m. These are all within your system. And if it's about, you want to save money because you want to invest in your business, so you start looking at your bank accounts, cutting off whatever that you're splurging on that you don't necessarily need. And so you create a system of checks and balances where you realize how much you're making. This you put 10% for entertainment, 20% savings, the rest is for my expenses and car, etc. So you create a system like that. So that was my example of a system. If you want to change and become the better version of you, you definitely need a system. And I learned that from the Walt at Patric Bet-David. He makes a lot of amazing YouTube videos, and I go to his events. I've been to a couple of his events, the Walt last year. The thing that I learned that was amazing, that's helping me now, is to create a system. And I created a system for my work, and it's going amazing. And also created a system for working out in the gym. And I'm finally used to going 4 times a week, which is working out wonderfully. And then now I'm getting rid of the excess and things that don't fit in my diet. All right, number 4, you must, if you want to change, you have to change your brain or mental, how you think. To create a new version of you, you definitely need to change mentally and physically, so you become a new person. So one of the things I learned to increase my brain functioning, this is another one that I researched, and there are scientists that talk about this. Like, let's say I am a creative person and I love arts, but so to change my brain functioning, I've got to do something opposite to what I'm used to. So I'm used to doing artwork, and I'm used to doing creative work. So what I have to do to challenge my brain is to do things that are the opposite of that, which would be the balancing the checkbook. That's like, I don't like that kind of thing. So I push myself to, I make a habit of doing the things that are mundane and I don't like, or reading more scientific books. I'm very creative and I love reading about art and music, but then I am taking a look at, but I mean, I do things that I like. So the books that I like that are more scientific are about the brain function and, neuroplasticity. Those are the things I enjoy. So that's what I read to balance off my creative nature so that I can have more brain power. So the more your brain is also a muscle. You have to make sure you challenge it and you do things that are different. Because a lot of us are used to waking up in the morning, have the same breakfast, take an hour or however long we take, or 5 minutes if your drive is short, drive to work, do the job, come home, eat the same dinner, go to bed. Those are patterns that are wonderful when you're achieving a goal, but at the same time, it can backfire. At first I tell you about systems, now I'm telling you to break those systems. So I'm not saying break those systems, but when you come home in the evening or on the weekends, take a hobby that is the opposite of what you normally do. Maybe on Saturdays, start playing volleyball or basketball or whatever that you are not used to doing. Start taking, it doesn't matter how old you are. Actually, you do have to challenge yourself more when you're older. So especially if you are older, you need to take something that's out of the ordinary, do something that's unique and different that can help you keep your brain functioning, active and going. All right, we're here, number 5. Last but not least, I put meditation and mantra. Meditation has been one of the most amazing things for mental health and creating the new version of you. So when you are silent, this reverberation of silence and not speaking and just going inside actually not only affects you, but affects everyone around you, your loved ones. As you know, we are all connected. I listen to a lot of Greg Braden. I love him. He's just a very unique individual, and he's very intelligent, and he's very curious, and he researches and finds the most amazing things. I was listening to him this morning, and he was talking about string theory and how is this related to meditation. I put them together. He was talking about how we're all connected, and if you focus on you and heal you through meditations or mantras, you're able to heal others. Everyone who's connected to you, is surrounding you, or lives in your vicinity. Once you are calm and relaxed and in a positive space, in a beautiful space, you are able to radiate this phenomenal energy to the rest of the universe, including the people that are close to you or even further away from you. And he was actually talking about prayer and how it works, because when we have goodwill, good intention for others, and that's through mantras. If I have goodwill, good intention through my mantras for myself and my friends and family, it definitely will be felt with the rest of the world. And the same way, if we got to counterbalance all the negativity that is going on. I am of the school of believing there's more positivity going on than negativity. I feel like the negativity is maybe 1 to 5% max, but in general, look around you. Most of the people want the best for themselves and everyone around them, and it is a very small percentage. So let's not emphasize that. So when you meditate, focus on just silence and breathing, and that should help bring everything together. With that being said, thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Anahita TV. If you have not subscribed or liked, please do go ahead and do so, and leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you and find out what it is that you'd like to see in the next videos. Thank you.